have a video by Antonio Speaks, and before we start, I just gotta give bro his flowers. Okay, this channel is so dope, bro. Just because he has been able to expose some of these lies and hypocrisies that's been going on in some of these white folks' places that are just racist. They're just racist, bro, and they're terrible. And so yeah, no, shout out to Antonio Speaks. Same with Young Don, bro. Young Don has also been exposing some of these dudes, bro, and it's so dope to see. And another person I have to say though, I'm really happy is with Amazing Lucas. Shout out to him. He was able to put the Hodge twins in their place. Hearing that gave me a smile y'all have never like, bro. It's every time I think of the Hodge twins, I think of like either die a hero or live long enough to become a villain. That's the Hodge twins to me, bro. When I was going through my worst period in time, right, depression, just not good, bro, like I was down bad, like yo, the Hodge twins were able to always make me laugh and like just help me escape a little bit, right? And so in even with their second channel, Ask the Hodge twins, because of them, I actually went up to a girl. I was just like, you know what, F it, bro, like we just go. I don't know, it was super during that time, bro. The Hodge twins were really helpful to me, right? Their content was great, but I don't know what happened somewhere down the line. They just became crazy ass raccoons, bro. And and seeing that, damn, bro, like it's literally one of the. It's I just seriously think of the quote. They are now my villains, bro. They are the ultimate villains that I see in this whole situation, bro. And so again, shout out to Amazing Lucas for putting them in their place, bro. Like, hey, they got to get a reality check. All right, let's
Black
get into it.
nerds, aka Blerds, is the topic of today's
Blerds.
video. Now, I
Shout
consider
out all
myself a
the
nerd, but
Blerds.
some may not. So, for example, I love video games. I've been playing them since the age of 7. I've always loved sci-fi films, consumed about every DC and Marvel comic. On the flip
I feel
side,
that.
I'm not into anime. But growing up, I was very into films like Teen Titans, Samurai
Yo.
Jack, Avatar: The Last Airbender. So I guess to some, it would be debatable. So within the black community, especially growing up in
Nah, bro, you were a nerd. You were a nerd. What are you talking about debatable, bro? That's straight up nerd culture right there, bro. Anime, bro, but it shouldn't be an obligation to watch anime for you to count as a nerd, right? Like, if you like getting lost into some superhero stuff, into some all these crazy sci-fi, right? Godzilla, King Kong, freaking like these time traveling movies, these like conspiracy type of movies. These, bro, like these are so fun because it's just you're letting the imagination run wild, bro, and you're just I don't know, bro. I love this stuff, bro. Like, but being watching anime shouldn't be an obligation though. You don't you're still a nerd if you don't watch anime because you're consuming all these other like pop culture type of things,
hood,
bro.
being a nerd or just even consuming the culture will make you stand out. It goes against what's stereotypical for black people. This is a flaw within the black community that I do not like. I say this all the time, but as black people, we are not a monolith. And we got to start respecting that within the community. I will say this though, I feel like in 2025, being a nerd is kind of cool. Let's say versus the 2010s or the 90s. It is most definitely more acceptable now.
I want to talk about how all
Definitely
of a
is.
sudden being a nerd is in and we're erasing all of like that awful childhood stuff that happens to so many of us. Because now it's, oh, we weren't bullying y'all because y'all were into anime. We were bullying y'all because y'all stank. Or y'all were always doing something weird. A lot of y'all were
A
bullying
few
us just
for
for being
sure.
into different things.
A few for
I
sure.
went to many schools with other smart black kids.
Right.
I love to read. And I got the pants bullied off of me for liking to read in a smart school. I have my black card
What?
revoked so often, I'm pretty sure I'm still in black folk debt because like I don't think I have one. White
Bruh.
girl, whitest black girl I know, Oreo, wanna be white, all of it, all the time.
And I'm telling you,
Wow.
these new age black geeks, they will never understand how it was to be a black geek back in the 2000s and 2010s. Now that was the trenches. Like I consider myself a black geek activist because, bro, back in the day, bro, I had to defend my hobby. Like y'all don't understand. The insults were crazy.
Bro was on some Leonidas shit, bro. Bro was on some Leonidas, like holding up his shield with his comic books in his hand, trying to like fend off all these weirdos.
Like we would be talking about like normal like crap in front of everybody, and then like we would go home on our computer and be having discussions about anime with people online. Like people don't understand back then. Most of our anime discussions or geek discussions were like on were on the internet. They were not in real life because if you even spoke about anime, like you were about to get ostracized real quick.
Now for me, y'all,
Damn.
I did not have these problems, and that's why I kind of think to myself, what?
Yeah, I also didn't have these problems. Like, don't get me wrong, bro. Like, I would pick up comics and stuff like that, and I would do some nerdy stuff. I'd really be doing some. I would used to go around school saying who would win in a fight, King Kong, Godzilla, or freaking Optimus Prime, or the my God, Voltron or something, right? Like I would go around school on some like nerdy stuff, just asking people who would win. I was like Death Battle before Death Battle. I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna give myself the flowers like that. But I'm just kidding. But you know what I'm saying? I would do nerdy stuff like that, but I never got bullied for liking for doing these things. I was actually it was actually more a little more acceptable from what I remember. Like I would be reading Batman Year One, just reading some comics every here and there, just getting having fun and everything like that. And I never really got like pressed about it. Maybe like once or twice, but you know, like that's pretty much it. Like I was free to roam, enjoying my nerdy stuff. And so it sucks to see that some folks had to go through that, man. You know, like yeah, it sucks to see.
Was I really a nerd or am I really a nerd? But looking back, I was most
You a
definitely a
nerd,
nerd,
bro.
bruh. This was me in the 10th grade. I mean, I had a 4.0 GPA, was in pretty much all AP classes, dog. I was textbook nerd. The thing about it is, as a black nerd, you really just gotta find your group of people. And even just being a nerd in general,
Yo, I used to have a class. His name was Mr. Springer. Shout out to him. In Mr. Springer's English class, bro, he would have like a bunch of comics, and it was this nerd safe space. What I felt like, bro, like where everyone would like in that school in that class. That was my nerd homies, bro, for sure, bro, because we would all be talking about nerdy stuff and like all this other stuff, bro. It was super cool. Always remember that class. That class will always have a special place in my heart because it was just such a safe space when it comes to you know, that stuff.
hate this talking point because even nerds in the white community are done the same way. Like,
got bullied for liking anime, and then I got bullied for wearing anime and an Avatar t-shirt, and like that I liked Pokemon, and that I carried a DS, and I was in bands. Like there
Sick
was
tattoo.
And I had braces, and I had glasses.
Sick tattoo.
There was just so many reasons, and I had
I love her
short hair.
tattoo.
There was just so many reasons to get bullied that like getting into Kingdom Hearts was another reason I didn't want to get bullied.
Don't worry, we're gonna make it. We've been looking for clues to find Clay.
I was never into Kingdom Hearts or Final Fantasy.
You mean my clue board?
So all those nerds in high school, like the weird theater kids and the anime people.
Hi, weird
Anime
theater kid, captain of the speech and debate team, anime fan.
You know who I'm talking about, the people we didn't hang out with.
Thank God for that, by the way.
So they've grown up now, and they're the ones making the laws. They're the Mark Zuckerbergs. They're the Faucis of the world of fucking nerds.
What fuck, bro? Oh god, I'm cringing, bro. Like, what the hell, bro? What kind of rant are you on about? What kind of rant are you on about, bro? What?
And they're the ones making the laws. They're the Mark Zuckerbergs. They're the Faucis of the world of fucking
What's up with
nerds.
this girl?
I hate to break it to you, but those effing nerds are not just the Mark Zuckerbergs and Fauci's. They're highly successful, influential people because it turns out hitting the books actually was helpful.
this isn't just a black thing. Maybe the talking points of, you know, you're acting white is that talking point. But as far as you getting bullied or looked down upon, it's pretty much the same way. Kids are mean. Like I stated, you have to find your people. And with me, I had a different group of friends for like pretty much every situation. Like growing up in the hood, those were like the hood friends. Then when I got to school, you know, me being in like different classes, I kind of met my nerd friends. So I had that group of friends and I had my friends
that's how it happened.
Also,
That's what happened with me.
Sports. I love sports. So, you know, I had my friends for basketball. The one thing I did deal with though that I hated was me being labeled a game freak. Like I just love playing the game. I remember growing up, bro, like they'll come knock on my door for me to come outside. I'd be like, bro, I'm on a game and I don't feel like coming inside. Like, you a game freak, bro, get out. But I always felt like it was just like with love. Like they was joking, but it was with love. And I stated this in one of my second channel videos. I feel like the black community, our love language is joking. So, you know, maybe sometime these jokes were hurting your feelings, but it wasn't like meant in that way. This isn't justifying it, but that's my thought. Anyways, with them already having this backlash from the black community, in return, they end up being very anti-black.
Like, it's not that I didn't want to connect with black people, but I didn't know any other Blerds that like Minecraft. And a Blerd put me closer to whiteness, not because I wanted to hang out with white people, but I just wanted to hang out with that like Minecraft. Do you get what I'm saying? I also want to say it is incredibly dangerous to be in close proximity to whiteness no matter what. And the reason why I say that is because I think hanging around with people that like Minecraft and everything definitely ingrains some self-hating attributes to me. It's not because of Minecraft, but it's the proximity to whiteness.
Within the nerd culture, there is not a lot of black representation. Just think about it. You're constantly consuming this media of people that don't look like you while receiving this hate from the people that look like you. That is going to turn into internalized racism. And I say this all the time,
I feel that.
Everything is a alt-right pipeline, and the nerd culture is no different.
Yo, what happened to the nerd community, bro? When did we become Republicans, bro? When did we become conservatives?
Yes. Bro, facts, man. What happened, bruh? I question that all the time, bruh, all the time.
What happened? We don't like girl power now because it's the feminist agenda? You didn't like Kim Possible?
I saw someone say, when did the nerd community just become another avenue or pipeline for right-wing grifting? And the answer is simple. The same way that the gym community became just another avenue for right-wing grifting and right-wing content. The same way like dating advice stuff has just become another avenue for
Yo. He cooking. Now the gym one, I'm a little like, you know, I don't know about that one. I'm not too familiar with gym culture like that. I ain't really like, bro. I hit the gym. I just watch what's his face? Oh god, I can't remember. Either way, I kind of just watch like a bunch of videos on how to properly lift the weights, proper technique and stuff like that. I'm not really like into gym culture. I just look up like if I'm lifting the heavy thing right. You know, that's all I'm looking for. I don't want to like break my backs, like, you know, like fucking disc gets slipped or whatever they say, right? Like I don't want none of that. So I'm not familiar with gym culture, and I didn't know there was an alt-right pipeline, bro. That's interesting, bro. Now this
right-wing grifting. What does the gym community, the dating advice community, and the nerd community all have in common? It's full of lonely people. A lot of people in the nerd community get into nerd shit because they're lonely. A lot of people start working out because they're heartbroken and they're lonely. A lot of people get into dating advice content because they're lonely. Lonely people are very easy to manipulate. If you find a lonely person and you tell them you're the victim, everybody else except you is the problem, now go buy my course, that's basically an infinite money glitch. That's why it's just lonely people who crave acceptance and a sense of community are taken advantage of just in the way that cults do. Like, it's really not that complicated.
Now, the anti-black...
Oh, shout out to the brother. He was cooking.
This goes up another notch because a lot of black males in the nerd space feel like black women just hate them.
I'm curious to know if this is actually a thing. Black women will ignore men that look like this because he's weird, lame, nerdy, until he achieves success, then see him with a woman like this, and then all of a sudden label him a sellout. Let's be real. A lot of y'all don't like black women to begin with. Don't matter if you're a
Hell no. I love my black women. Bro, every black woman that I've talked to is into anime. For fun, like, funny enough, right? Like, every black woman I spoke to, some was into anime, someone. Like, they didn't have to be, like, obviously, like, super into anime like I was or something, but they knew some of it. And then, that was cool, bro. To me, that's super cool, bro. So, I've never had, like, every black woman I've interacted with really was into, like, nerdy stuff. So, I never really, like, you know, I've never had that
athlete or comic book nerd. There's a very small majority of black men that do not like black women. Now, why is that? I couldn't tell you. But at the end of the day, this argument right here could be a little bit valid if we're considering that there are unrealistic expectations for black men, especially young black men in this economy and in this world right now. And there is that stigma of hypermasculinity in the black community. This automatically would make nerds and simps unattractive. And certainly undesirable.
Black girls called you ugly? So do you want me to believe that the white girls called you handsome?
Once again, I did not experience this. This isn't to say it's not true, but I just feel like it's the way you carry yourself. And also, you just gotta find your, like, swagger, you know? There's a stereotype of, like, the smash bro type of hairstyle. Maybe your lips be crusty. In simple terms, man, you just gotta have game. White nerds go through the same problem while talking to white women. So, like, I hate that correlation as well. And I think what the problem is, a lot of people be holding on to what happened in high school. Whether that be the glory days or those be the bad days. It's been 10 years, bro. We don't care that you scored a touchdown.
I dropped out. I dropped out of high school. Man, I was just going through it. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I was just going through it in high school, so I dropped out. I didn't really get the experience. I just got the like, I went to like alternative school. You know what I'm saying? And even then, I dropped out of that. I got a GED. That's all I got. But so I don't really have like a high school experience. I remember I just dropped out of like in like the 10th grade, and I was just like, let me figure something else out.
In 10th grade. And yes, you may have been bullied in high school, but let that shit go, brother. My entire friend group is
Yeah.
majorly made up of nerds. My best friend, this is us when we
Hey,
graduated. He
watch
was
out.
valedictorian. I was like maybe 4th in the class. Now he is most definitely
Got the
considered a
pose
nerd. I
on.
mean, huge WWE fan, very into anime, loves video
Woo!
games, but
That's
he's
my guy
never
right
had a
there.
problem talking to black.
Huge WWE fan. Maybe that's where I could have gotten bullied a little bit. But nah, bro. Like WWE for me, bro, you could see me hitting my friend with a Stone Cold Stunner at a random. You could see me going out on the freaking trampolines and the freaking swings, the slides, bro. I be doing some wrestling shit all the time, bro. That's me right there, bro. Wrestling is literally like I am. That is where I could probably get a little
Women. And
heat
big
from.
shout out to my boy. He just graduated from Clemson University. What, 2 years ago now? We just got off the
Nice.
game a few hours ago.
I feel like a
That's
big part of
hilarious.
the Black Nerd experience is going back trying to watch your favorite YouTubers and realizing just how much racist commentary was throughout the entire video. Like, when did Jen calling Michael Jackson a monkey fly over my head? Huh? Or that one try not to laugh challenge where they just straight up said the N-word? Huh? And I really got a bone to pick with Pat Jen because I used to go crazy for some Pat. Like, you can ask around. We used to go crazy for some Pat Jen. Even now with Pat sobriety, it was a black woman's video that I saw use this hashtag. Yet, okay. And not even just them, like other gaming channels and YouTubers too, especially in gaming. And I can already hear the whole, oh, it was a different time argument. I can get that. It's really the fact that black kids really never had a safe space. And I feel like that's why it's so easy for them to be indoctrinated into like the red pill pipeline. Because it was just small stuff in every single video that we could even like explore within like the nerd genre.
For example, like me growing up, the biggest gaming YouTuber in the world was PewDiePie. And I watched his videos, but like it was something off. I couldn't really connect with him.
it.
And this was before he had the whole N-word incident. But it was extremely rare for me to find another black gaming content creator. And
Yeah, honestly, now that I look back at it, bro, like I would watch the creatures, right? Uber Haxer Nova, Spoon, Seamus, um, Dan, oh my god, I can't remember all of them. I'm sorry, but I watched the creatures, Gassy Mexican. I know Uber Haxer Nova was really like one of my guys. I love watching because he's a wrestling fan. So I would love watching Nova Pipeline, no Nova Pipe Bomb, right? That was fire. I love that channel. So I would watch that. Seamus was also one of my favorite content creators. I didn't have a favorite black content creator growing up, bro. The only thing the closest I ever got to having a favorite black content creator when I was in that era would probably be Berleezy. Like he was like the first. No, Corey Kenshin, then Berleezy. Yeah, Corey Kenshin, then Berleezy. White Boy 7 Street. Oh my god, bro, his Call of Duty videos were so fire, bro. I loved his Call of Duty videos. Man, like I'm really trying to like reminisce and really think of like if I really like ever watched like a black content creator that was into like gaming and all that good stuff, and not really, dude. Like it was slim pickings, bro. There wasn't that like similarity.
this is why I give so much praise to creators like Berleezy, RDC World, Corey S.
Yep,
Kenshin,
RDC
because,
actually.
Bro, representation matters. And it's like growing up in these nerd spaces, we rarely get it. And that is why I love that with the visibility that TikTok brings in 2025, I've been finding some amazing like comic book creators that are making pro-black comics for black people, bruh.
This right here is my comic book known as the Black Fist, and this is one of the most popular series in the Battle Chi universe. Let's talk about it. Black Fist takes place in the 1960s. It's about a superpowered alien that piques the interest of a KKK Grand Wizard that fears he is a danger to the world and to his community.
I made a comic book. It's
fuck?
called Astro's Falter. Astro's is a supernatural, somewhat horror-themed comic series with a comedic and cozy twist. The story takes place in this timeline and in this universe. It's a story about a girl who spends her entire life training against the invisible demons that roam our world, all before the magical seal keeping her invulnerable to demons begins to disappear.
Listen,
damn, bro. I love that. I love that, bro. I love that.
I ended up making a post on my
magical seal keeping her invulnerable to demons begins to disappear.
Now, I ended up making a post on my Instagram. Make sure y'all go follow this, by the way. And I was curious on what was my black nerd's experience.
Being a black nerd was some crazy plot progression. If you like any type of anime, niggas were going to fry your shit alive. And the crazy thing about it is the same people that would be trying to clown you would be the same people trying to be in group projects with you and the same people trying to copy answers. But I'm not gonna lie, going to college was probably the best decision I ever made, bro, because I found my community here. There's a bunch of black nerds here, and we've shared things with each other, and, you know, I feel welcomed. I don't feel judged or anything like that.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And, you know, people
I love
are
to
a
hear
lot more
that.
accepting here. But to be honest,
bro, genuinely, I love to hear that, bro. I love to hear another person of color feeling good and accepted and being able to express themselves to, you know, of their nerdness, their anime love, their, you know what I'm saying? I love to hear that, bro. Just like hearing someone get accepted and feeling like they can express themselves openly with their heart is such a beautiful thing. It just is. It
with
just
you,
is.
man, I've absolutely loved the journey. Like this upcoming spring 2026, I'm graduating with my bachelor's of science in psychology, bro, and we're going to med school after that. So to all my black nerds out there, don't be afraid to be you, bro.
We really need to talk about the hatred for black women in the black nerd community.
Here we go.
Because a lot of black nerds, they like hang with white nerds, of course, and they want to be accepted by them. So then they just start shitting on black women and be like, yeah, they're ghetto, and just start talking shit about them, right? And then also talk bad about women in general. A lot of nerds, they can't get girls, so they gotta talk shit about them. And also, along with the red pill community, because a lot of the nerds, they want to get their anime physique, so they start watching those workout videos, and then
Okay, I ain't gonna lie. You know, like I've been, you know what I'm saying? Like I go for the anime physique. That's my goal for like the next few years. It's like I'm not, now obviously it's an anime, but like it's just such a nice you know, it's a nice goal to have, right? But I've never like I've never found myself trying to watch red pill content or whatever just for like, you know what I'm saying, for to better myself. I never found that. Like I don't know, I always just found that within myself, like, you know, man, I just got to do a little better, bro. Like, I can't be out here like this. Or, like, you would look in the mirror and you'd be like, you know what, I can do better. And so, for me, like, Toji, for me, that's my anime physique goal, right? Now, yeah, I don't know, bro. Like, it's just, I don't know how people found themselves in the red pill, right? Like, if you're trying, like, I just don't. Like, I don't understand how you find yourself so deep into a red pill rabbit hole. Like as soon as like you watch it, you just kind of, you feel uneasy. Like I just started feeling weird. I'm like, yo, like what is up with this? Like what is up with these folks, bro? And like they just sound insecure more than trying to really improve themselves, if you feel me, right? Like every time I watch the red pill content, it's just, it feels I feel the insecurity oozing off of these folks. And it's like, no, it's just not for me, bro. Like it doesn't feel like, oh yeah, this is how you improve, or oh, because improving and doing better, there's a feeling of positivity and like motivation that comes with it. And like, you know, where you are right now, it's okay, just 1% better type of stuff feeling. And then compared to when you look at the red pill, bro, it's like, you're a loser, you're a bum, how dare you not have, like, you have to have this, that, and the, like, damn, bro, like, I don't know.
Workout videos turn into how to get girls videos, and also turns into hating women videos.
My experience being a black nerd is a bit different from other people, not only because of the era that I grew up in, but also because of the environment. With me being a 2000s kid, I was never really feeling ostracized for being a nerd because nerdy shit was everywhere. Now I'm an inner city kid. I grew up in lower income neighborhoods, and there were a lot of black folks within those neighborhoods. So a lot of us bonded over these things that would be looked at as nerdy. There's a reason that schools would ban Yu-Gi-Oh cards. There's a reason schools would ban all the Bakugan toys and Beyblades. And I'm sure every kid that grew up in the 2000s had that feeling of watching a cartoon on Saturday morning and holding in that excitement when Monday came. Everyone couldn't wait to gather around the lunch table and talk about the latest episode Dragon Ball,
Talk
Sonic
to
X,
me.
or whatever was on Saturday morning at that
Sonic
time. But what I'm
X.
trying to get at is there was
Yu-Gi-Oh.
never really a point in time where being a nerd worked against me. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I was a bit of a social butterfly. I would hang with the theater kids, I would hang with the anime nerds, the music heads that would rap at the lunch tables. I was bouncing around and talking to everybody. I can't really think of a point in time where liking anime or liking comic books or liking video games, whatever, I can't think of a time where that wasn't cool, especially when the second anime boom happened in the 2010s. If anything, that point in time worked in my favor. Because a lot of black folks who weren't into anime or anything at that time, they knew someone who was. So they would approach me and ask me, hey, what's up with Naruto? What's Attack on Titan about? I heard Dragon Ball is coming back. What's Dragon Ball Super about? If there was someone who wasn't caught up with the latest geekdom fandom news, they came to me because they knew someone who was. And as far as being a black nerd specifically goes, I don't think there was ever a time where if someone did shame me for being a nerd, it didn't make me want to question whether or not I wanted to be around other black people. I never thought that black people didn't like anything that I was into. That's just ridiculous. But even if you don't know black people who are nerds, you know at least one black person who watched Dragon Ball Z. They may not know jack shit about Power Rangers, but I bet you they know what happened with Goku versus Frieza.
All my
Yeah,
black
they do.
nerds come to
Dragon Ball Z is just such a pivotal moment, bro. It's such a pivotal show, a pivotal anime, manga, whatever. Dragon Ball Z is so pivotal in the culture, bro. Like, I swear, bro. Everyone loves Dragon Ball Z. Everyone. So rest in peace, Akira Toriyama, bro. Because, dude, everyone loves Dragon Ball.
I want y'all to give y'all experience in the comment section. Did you have a similar experience to me? Did you have a similar experience to anyone in this video? I am curious. Also, we hit 90,000 subscribers. Yo, we getting so close to 100K. We closing in on the year 2025, and I low-key want to clutch this 100K before the year ends. So if you made it to the end right here and you not subscribed and you enjoyed the video, subscribe. What you doing? Also, turn the post notifications on. No more talking. If you want to see something similar to this, go check out how woke lost its real meaning, man. It got gentrified.